I mean, I think Call of Duty is the easiest to watch because it's very just shoot kill.
Mhm.
Where Smash, I think what for me is confusing is that like there's like 50 fucking characters. Hey yo.
Hello.
Hey, you know what? Sophie usually doesn't do an intro, so it's usually just me. What's up? It's your boy Twizz, aka Jonah. Please call me Jonah, not Twizz. New face here. Soapy Dad Waters had a child.
A little baby boy.
It was a, you know what? It was a baby boy. So I'm joined here with the person that always gets a shout out every single week. We got 2000s gamer dude. She has had that name since she was a little child, so don't let her tell you otherwise. Say what's up, 2000s gamer dude.
Hello. And that is very false.
Okay, so I've got a whole list here of like things that we're going to talk about on the podcast. I purposely have not let her see it because there's going to be some questions because, you know, you got to get to know your new co-host for the time being. I promise Soapy will be back. He's just got baby things to do. I wouldn't know, it's kind of scary, and he seems kind of scared too, but don't tell him I said that. Honestly, he's posted on Snapchat. He'll be like, just doing hashtag dad life. And I feel like it's like my mom when she's talking about school things. Oh Lord, I don't want to be involved in that. Anyways, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, well, one, congratulations on having a child, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Very happy for him.
And her.
And her.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever mentioned he does have a wife. That's how the child was born. Also, he didn't give me the plug for his gym. So if you're watching this, Mr. Mount Olympus, here's your plug. Go to Mount Olympus and say easy clap, and I'm pretty sure they give you money. So that's that's the plug. We'll do the Manscaped plug at the end. Anyways, so let's get into this damn thing. We're not going to talk about any results too much. We're going to focus on just like gaming in general, and I think this podcast will be really cool because it'll be like, what are esports like to people that don't pay attention to esports or gaming? And like, you happen to be one of those people.
I do happen to be one of those
people. You do. Okay. So I'm going to start out with some personal questions so we all get to know who is 2000s gamer dude. First off, how did you come up with the name 2000s gamer dude?
Well, Gamer Dude 2000 was taken, so I couldn't do that one.
Yes, of course. So this next question, we're not even going to get any deeper into that, except for when you were a kid, did you have any other like gamer tag?
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, because you know mine. Like I've been through like
your tennis swag.
I've been through Krusty Santa. I've been through It's Charlie Brown. Now I'm Twizzler Lips, and now I'm Twizz. And when I'm playing Smash, it's just Cruel, but with a K, like King K. Rool. So that's whatever. I don't know what to say to that, other than like I'd probably pick a different name. My next question is, what's it like being engaged to the host of the biggest esports podcast in San Antonio?
Honestly, it feels like being with a celebrity.
Yeah.
With as many views as y'all get.
So would you say that well, you already said I'm a celebrity. Would you say that like I've really started like racking in the dough since I've become so popular?
Honestly, I probably shouldn't put that one out there, but
you know what? I thought Sophie was the second best co-host, but you're really getting up there. Okay, so let's do some personal questions really quick before we start talking about video games. Do you have a favorite video game or a favorite esport? Think all the way back to being a kid. Do you have a favorite like video game?
Well, I spend most of my time outside, so
can't relate. Okay, you gotta understand that people that like watch this are like sweaty.
Yes.
Okay, so like they don't do the outside shit.
Oh.
So no video games when you were a kid?
Played like Galaga. Is that a video game?
Dude, are you fucking 40? I mean, yeah, it's a video game, but like you didn't play any like shooters or like Mario games or like anything like that? There's a game for you and it's called Nintendogs, and I'm surprised you haven't played that game.
No, I think I just played Dogs.
Like, is that like a different thing?
The one on the Game Boy.
Oh, okay. I think it might be
That's
Ninja
the
Dogs.
closest
Okay.
gamer dude I've.
Cooking Mama?
No,
What? Holy shit.
I didn't
I'm
know
not trying
about
to
that
like
until like a
push
couple years
like
ago.
gender normed games onto you, but like I feel like Cooking Mama, a lot of girls played growing up. My sister, she played Cooking Mama, and then I played it and was better, but well, okay, how about now? Like, do you have a favorite video game now?
Probably Just Dance.
Okay. See,
I love Just Dance.
yeah, well, there you go. See, when I fucking asked you, do you play video games?
Oh, I mean, I don't play often.
That's
You don't
true.
like to play with me,
Well,
so
I can't. Listen, I already win in Overwatch every night. I can't keep winning in Just Dance. So, okay, do you have a favorite song on Just Dance? You know what's weird? Ansley, when she was on here, I think she said her favorite game is Just Dance also.
Really?
Yeah, but her favorite song was like Waka Daka or something.
Waka.
Yeah. It's like the song by Kepler, but anyways, do you have a favorite song on Just Dance?
Might have to be that Blackpink song. Is it what? Do 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 do.
So you thought I was stupid for saying Waka Daka because their song is literally called like Wadada. You know what I'm talking about? She's like, it's with Unikai's sister. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here's some non-video game questions. Do you have a favorite TV show?
I do.
And is
I
it
have
shitty?
several.
Is it shitty?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Friends?
Yeah. Okay. Well, not shitty.
No.
I'm really glad you didn't say
Dawson's Creek.
Oh no, that's good. I'm surprised you didn't say God, they're like 20 cc's of
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
I do love some Grey's Anatomy.
Well, let me tell
Learned
you,
a lot from there.
the only one in this household that likes Grey's Anatomy. Okay. Do you have a favorite food? I'm doing very basic questions so people get to know you really quick before we talk shit.
Might have to go with some spaghetti. I do love some spaghetti.
That's pretty solid. You know, our other co-host Soapy, I don't think he likes spaghetti.
I think that's why he's not here.
Yeah, that is why he's not here. His kid better like spaghetti. Okay, next, these are some really good questions. I put K-pop question mark. What do you think about that question?
Who doesn't like K-pop?
Okay, listen, for everyone out there listening right now, she's addicted to K-pop so much that it's her whole personality, and she made me like K-pop. Is that true? It's true. No response. Okay, last question. Were Ross and Rachel on a break?
No.
So
yes, but
okay, I'll be honest. I know the question.
You don't know.
Don't understand the circumstance. Also, who cheated on who?
He definitely cheated.
Oh, he cheated on her?
Yes, he did because he slept with somebody else.
Okay, so bad.
Very bad.
Bad. Okay, we got it. You heard it here first, here, folks. Bad. Next on our agenda, I put baby Soapy. We already said he had a baby. Anyways, Sean, Soapy, baby.
So does that make him Soapy Dad Water now?
Yeah, he's Soapy Dad Waters. I thought he was Daddy Soap Water. Wait, Daddy Dishwater? But that sounds like that's such a shitty name. Yeah, it's Soapy Dad Water. He had a child. I hope I'm allowed to give out his credentials, or what do you call it? His information. Here's his social security number. His name's Kai. He was like 8 pounds. He was like a pretty big baby.
Well, that's how big you were, so
okay,
a pretty big baby.
So this whole podcast is slighting me, I guess. Yeah, that's crazy. I heard they had it like 3 a.m. He basically would text me throughout the whole time, being like, "Look at this Pokemon I caught." Meanwhile, his wife's like in labor. He's like, "No, but I'm shiny hunting this Gastrodon or something." Oh my god. Okay, so next, the Royal Brawl happened. You watch the podcast pretty often, right? Big fan?
Yes.
Big fan. So you remember that we talked about the Royal Brawl?
I do. Like 2 episodes ago, correct?
Well, yeah, we're talking about it like all the time though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're big supporters of local gaming, local scene of children playing games. You know, when Kai grows up, he's gonna be a gamer. He's gonna be a gamer. The Royal Brawl happened. We talked about it on the podcast. We had Ansley, the head of the Greater Gamings of San Antonio, on the podcast. Pretty cool. I was totally there, Ansley, if you're listening to this. I totally didn't get caught up in a work thing.
He was there in spirit.
Yeah, I watched the stream. I retweeted it. I posted it on Reddit. I did all this shit, okay?
You just didn't show up to it.
Shut up. You know what? I couldn't because Sophie was having a baby, and I just had to be
Oh yeah.
Had to be there for moral support, dude.
They're in spirit also.
Yeah, so like it was cool because the whole thing was capped. Like there couldn't get any more participants. They got capped on the little guppy bracket, like the little children one. Well, people that aren't good at the video games. And then also like there was actually quite a bit of people that were in attendance. I heard they had like a cool like food vendor there. Obviously Mute Ace won. He was the best player at the tournament. He wasn't gonna lose. He even said like, I'm injured, so if I win this, it'll be crazy, and then just smokes everyone. Like, bro, that's such like a best player in the tournament thing to say. I feel like back in high school when like I knew I was like better than someone in like tennis or something, I'd be like, oh man, but I'm kind of hurt, so I wouldn't be surprised if I lost. And then like you just smoke someone.
Seems a little unfair.
Yeah, well, okay, listen, no, because anyone could come to this tournament. He just saw the opportunity because it was like $1,200 or $1,500. So like, if you knew you could win that money, why would you not go, right?
That's very true.
Plus, there's an opportunity for other people to go to it too. Like, it's not like MKLeo couldn't be like, I'm gonna show up, I'm the best player in the world, but he wouldn't do it for $1,200. Okay, time for the meat and potatoes of this podcast. Also, you need to speak a little more into the podcast.
Oh.
You don't need to like scream, but like, so like Soapy screams into the fucking mic.
Yes.
Okay, you're like, honestly, I'm not a sound guy, so I don't know if it's picking it up very well or not, but I'm used to hearing him like scream in my ears.
But you're used to that every night, so well,
That sounded like a sex joke. Yeah, he does rage quite a bit. Okay, so before the podcast, we watched some esports. Now, like, you're not someone who will go out of their way to go watch a video game unless I'm watching it on like the TV and like you're forced to watch it, or we go somewhere and we watch like a video game, like an esport or something. So like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make you watch one of each of the like the 3 main games we cover here, and then I'm gonna like ask your opinion on some of them, or just like talk about them in general. So like the first one we watched was Smash. Now I made her watch 2 matches. We watched. Who do we watch? We watched Zamba play Cola in the semi-finals or semi-losers of SWT, where Zamba like pops off on Rob. These are all words that you totally remember.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Rob the robot.
Rob the robot and Roy the sword guy.
Sword guy.
Yeah, okay.
Got it.
Okay, and then we also watched MKLeo versus Spargo. Like they play the same characters.
Different color.
Different color. MKLeo is like the best player in the world. Okay, do you have any like just general thoughts on watching Smash?
It's a lot of like jumping, hitting them off the. What are they fighting on?
Like a stage?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That's it? They're just like jumping and fighting?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, I got like specific questions anyways. Was like, so we watched Smash, we watched Overwatch, and we watched Call of Duty. For Overwatch, we watched Shanghai Dragons play the Chengdu Hunters in the June Joust finals, which Shanghai kind of smokes them after the first map. General thoughts on that before we go to COD? Was it like...
My mind was just everywhere.
What do you think? It was because like it was really fast paced, or do you think it was because you don't know the game, or do you think it was like why was it like hard to follow, do you think?
It's like both. Like, how do you just try to watch one person or all the people?
Because it's like 6v6?
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be easier if maybe you played the game, or do you think it would still be hard if you played the game? Like, if you're watching, I guess it's different for basketball and football because everyone, it's like so normalized. But if you were going to watch like badminton or something, or cricket, like, I feel like that's what this is like. Like, you'd have to watch it a couple times before you kind of understand everything.
But I feel like those type of sports are like slower pace.
So it's like the fast pacedness that makes it hard.
Yes, I can't.
Yeah, I think it's like watching like Wrecking Ball play. Like it was Ball Diva, Sombra with Tracer, Briggs, and like it was a lot of fast paced gameplay. Everyone's kind of like spread out, and there's a lot of stall. And I think so. Smash benefits from having it all be on one screen. Like it's like the 2 characters are there. You know what I mean? And then for COD, the camera, like the guy that's working Codcaster, like follows the people that are gonna pop off. But like Overwatch, it's hard to do that because there's so many moving parts.
Yeah, like you're saying, oh, you see like Wrecking Ball over there. I was like, I don't even know where they are.
Yeah, he was moving so fast. I get it. That's hard to tell. But also, that was like the best team at that comp. Like there's no better team to play Wrecking Ball Diva than the Shanghai Dragons. So like, it would make sense that it's hard to follow because the other team can't even follow them. The last thing we watched was Call of Duty. We watched the recent tournament that we'll talk about in a second. It was called the Kickoff Classic in Dallas, and we watched the LA Thieves play Optic Dallas, the home team. They kind of smoked them in the beginning, and then they caught up, and then they ended up beating them. Thoughts on COD?
I understood it a little bit better.
I think it's like the most basic esport.
Yes.
Like,
That's like a beginner's level maybe for me.
I think the only other esport that'd be easier to watch is like Rocket League. That's the one where they're like the cars playing soccer because it's just soccer with cars, and that game fucking sucks. Like, I didn't show you Valorant because we kind of ran short on time, but also like that is also easy to watch. It's kind of like Overwatch, but instead of like fast movement, it's really slow, and it's a lot of just like shooting guns and aiming really well.
Mm.
And I feel like
Which I can't do any of those, so.
Well, I know, but it's kind of like, I don't know. It's more fun to play than watch, but also the game's not fun to play, so that whatever. But it's like, it's only good when there's like pop off moments.
Mhm.
Like for Overwatch, it's fun to watch because there's so much shit going on, and Smash is always popping off, and COD has so many storylines. But like, that's why I didn't watch Valorant, because it's like, unless something was popping off, you're not gonna like that. So, I don't think Sean likes watching it either. So then, of the three that we watched, which one's your favorite?
Probably Smash.
Do you think it's like your favorite game of the three, or do you think it was like the most fun to watch? Like,
It was
pretend
more,
like
entertaining.
Okay, so like if you were to show your parents this, would you show if 2000s gamer dad came on here
Gosh.
and was watching like one of these three, and you had to show him which one would you show him first? Would you show him Smash first?
Probably Smash.
Because it's the easiest to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you were to play one of them, like after watching them, is there one that you were like, I kind of want to play that game? If you had to pick one, I guess. I know you probably like, no, I don't want to play either of them.
I mean, maybe Smash. I feel like you could just press a lot of buttons and like.
It's called
hope
mashing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of mashing.
Well, with like Call of Duty, you have to aim and.
Okay, take away how good you're gonna be at the game. Let's say like you're like little Timmy on the street, and you're watching a fucking esport. Which of those three, of someone who just would be like completely average at every game, do you think like Smash looked the most fun, or do you think because Overwatch had so much stuff going on it was more fun, or because Call of Duty had like the like cool snipes it was the most fun?
I still think Smash.
Really?
Like Overwatch, it was just like so overwhelming.
That's what a lot of people say.
Yes.
I've been playing the game for like 5 years, so it's not overwhelming to me unless it's like super high level gameplay and you're in the game. But watching it's like, I know what's happening.
No, I was stressed.
We were sitting on the couch and you're like watching everything that's happening. I'm like, oh shit. Like I was trying to explain it, and then I realized halfway through that I'm like, and this number does this thing, and this stat is this, and then he's gonna do this. And I'm like,
they keep pushing and pushing. Like, where are they pushing to?
I loved when I was like, okay, they're gonna play 2CP, which I didn't even explain that 2CP stands for 2 capture point. And I was just like, they're gonna capture this point and then that point, and you're like, where's the point at? And then by the time I explained it, I was like, well, they already capped one of them. So let's see, I got more questions on esports. Oh wait, which one do you think was like the most hype though? Like comparable, like you know, like in NBA, they're like fucking sports ball 3.
Probably Call of Duty, but
You think so?
it was an optic game, so
That's true. So like, you think it was most hype because like the crowd was there?
yeah.
I think that's kind of cool too. But do you remember in the Smash one, Zombo, when he won, he like jumped up and was like,
Yes.
I'm fucking best. Like that's super cool to me. I think Overwatch is missing that because there wasn't a live audience for that tournament.
Mm.
So maybe like the live audience makes it more hype.
But don't they do more like trash talk on Overwatch, or is that Call of
No,
Duty?
it's Call of Duty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty. That's why like I think it was like they were like laughing as they were like losing, but they were like winning overall because it was just like they're like, oh, we're so much better than this team. It doesn't even matter.
Until they finally caught up.
Yeah,
and
sure.
then-
That did happen. That did happen. Which, you know, in the end, LA Thieves win that match, and like it was a one and done. So like if you lose, you just go home. And like that match was really fun because like the crowd was really involved. But then the other game that was really fun was Atlanta FaZe, who won the whole league last year, they lost in the first round to a team that they were supposed to beat. That was fucking crazy because the crowd was like, even though they're like the best team in the world last year, the crowd was against them because it was like everyone wants to see them lose. And so when they were like losing, the crowd was like popping off. That was fucking cool. So which one? Okay, I'm not even gonna ask the question because it was like which one's the hardest to watch. It was Overwatch. I know it was hard to watch. So what would you change then for someone who doesn't watch esports? Like, what would you change about it to make it more easily like viewed? Is there anything you could think of? I've got a couple ideas, but I want to hear your thoughts first.
Oh gosh, for like Overwatch, or just any.
You can start with Smash. Like, was there anything that would make Smash easier to understand? Even if it was like,
I just feel like if it was like slowed down, it'd be boring. So
but there's nothing you can think to make that easier to understand.
not really.
The only thing I could think of to make Smash easier to understand was like if the emblems were bigger a little bit. Like, I know the percentage you can see, and they even have it color coded so you can see when it's dark red. You know what I mean? But like, I kind of don't like how far zoomed out the camera is. It would be cooler if you were more zoomed in on the people, because then it would be like you could really see them like hitting this punch or like hitting this snare or something.
Yeah, but I don't know. Don't you get a better view when it's further out?
Yeah, I guess so. And then for Overwatch, was there something that would make it easier to watch?
Just stop.
Just fucking chaotic. Okay, here's my thought on making Overwatch easier to watch. I think having multiple cams available, which they did do in some of the tournaments, that like if you are just a Zenyatta player or just an Ana player, or you just want to see the damage people, then you can pick just that player and you follow them the whole game.
But then wouldn't you miss like
You
everybody
would.
else?
You would miss everyone else, but let's say obviously the people would mostly watch the DPS because they're doing the most, like, getting the most kills and stuff and the flashiest plays. But like, it would make it way easier to understand if you just got to pick who you were watching, because it was like me personally, I would probably pick a support player, like a healer, or maybe even a tank if it's someone that I play. So like, I play a lot of Wrecking Ball. I would love to just watch Wrecking Ball play because he was all over the place. Like, he was doing things that like would make my game better, but also that's hype to me. If like, what if you pick that cam and then all of a sudden they get like a triple kill or something?
That's true. I don't know. I feel like either you get it or you don't.
Would it help you if they like would it help you if they explained it before the match started, like the rules, or no?
No shot.
Really? Yeah. So they tried doing that one year where they like explain the rules really like dumbed down. They're like, this is Overwatch. But it made the game like, it took the like life out of the game. It was like, I know this is Overwatch. I play the game. Like, you know what I mean? And for Call of Duty, was there something that'd make it easier to understand?
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think? Well, no, you'd miss things too. Also,
well, like in the first 2 seconds, like 3 people were killed. So
yeah, I think. Well, yeah, we specifically watched Search and Destroy, and for that one, it was like you don't know who's gonna get the first kill sometimes. You know what I mean? Because if 4 people are running at each other, it's like it's hard to tell. But so they started doing stuff last year and 2 years ago where they would zoom out, kind of like Overwatch, and you could watch it third person. But then, like, I think you miss the whole like cool aiming and shit like that. Like, you miss the sniper kills for sure.
Yeah.
Like that. No, okay, that's
Nah.
it. Oh, okay, whatever. I mean, I think personally, I think Call of Duty is the easiest to watch because it's very just shoot kill. Where Smash, I think what for me is confusing is that like there's like 50 fucking characters. Like,
yeah, but it's only 2 characters fighting each other.
yes, I know, but people like to pick random shit. So like, for me, if you're watching me play, it's easy because King K. Rool's just a big fat alligator. But like, could you understand what Pyro and Mithra were doing?
No.
I see. Like, you wouldn't have even known that there was like 2 people. Like, Pyro and Mithra are 2 characters put together.
Oh, is that what the short hair and like long hair was?
Like you could turn into one or the other. So like, if some of these characters that if you don't like, they're all from different games. That's what makes Smash cool, because that's why there's Pokemon in it. There's stuff like that. Like, if you know the game they're from, it's easy. But like, I think if you were just like, this is Wario, and he's playing against Pyra and Mithra, which happens. Like Wario will randomly like pull out a motorcycle out of his back pocket and he'll fart on you, like like it's so confusing. And then Pyra Mithra does this thing where she like throws her sword and it spins and it's a fireball, and like there's so many like different abilities that I don't play enough of the characters to know. You didn't get that? Well, I guess just the Pyra and Mithra one.
Well,
what? I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I'm trying to get it out of you. Like when we watched who are we watching play? When we watched Roy and Rob play, okay, that one wasn't very hard because Rob did the same move over and over again.
Or he banged his head against the ground.
Yeah, like he grabbed him and put his head in the ground.
The thing is, I never saw that.
Really? Do you think not knowing the characters made it like, is it that big of a deal or no?
I think it made it like easier to watch.
Like not knowing them?
Yeah.
Because you're just
or like what they do.
You know what makes it easy was when you get a like a smash, like it does the thing where like the screen pauses for a second and then they go flying. Like that, I think makes the game easier to watch because it's like you just saw him. It doesn't matter what he did. He just did something cool and that person went flying.
And he might die.
But as we saw, he came back a lot of the times, especially the fucking Rob, because he can fly for some reason. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. I mean, that's pretty much it for like watching esports. If you had to like design an esport around a certain game, maybe the one that already exists or maybe one that you can think of, is there something that like you think the ideal person to draw them into esports you'd want to watch, or what you want to see in an esport?
What do you mean?
So like when you watch, if you were to go watch a regular sport, what would the sport be you watch if you had to pick one?
What, like tennis?
You'd rather watch tennis than like basketball or football?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But that's only because I played tennis.
Okay, so then that makes this question more tricky because I was gonna ask, what would like draw someone into watching esports, do you think? Like what would make it so they would want to come and watch this instead of a regular sport? Because the hype moments are just as hype as regular sports, I think.
Yeah. I honestly think it's just all about like the person. I don't think you could like force someone to go and watch and enjoy it.
So like apart from having like, because they have like Madden, which is like the football game, they have esports of that, like a football league. But at that point, you're just watching a football game. I don't get that. But let's pretend someone who plays like NBA, they play a lot of sports games. Like to get them into like watching like Overwatch or like Call of Duty or something like that. Like, what do you think like draws people into it? Because for me, it was like the storylines behind everything. To me, it wasn't I play this game so it's fun to watch. It was like this person was shit talking this person, and like this person popped off or he got dropped or something.
So you like drama?
Well, I do like drama. Like, do you think gameplay matters that much then, or do you think like the personality of players matters more, or like?
Probably the personality, because like I feel like if you don't like them that much, or you're always hearing like negative things about them, you're not gonna want to watch that.
That's true. I think of it a lot like when I'm watching like the Overwatch League. Well, that's not true because I watch every match. For the Call of Duty League, like I will skip matches if I don't care about either team.
Yeah. So.
I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like if it's like, well, the old Paris Legion, if they were playing like the like Florida Mutineers, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this. It could be like the semifinals match. I do not care. Like, because there's no one on that team that I like. And I feel like that's what draws me towards like the New York Subliners because of Clayster, and then like the LA Thieves because of Octane, stuff like that.
I think also like winning has a lot to do with it.
Like liking a winning team?
Yeah.
So like, well, Optic hasn't won recently at all in the last like 4 fucking years, so
but
they still have
been
fans.
like so popular.
Yeah, and I think that's a personality thing.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense because
it's kind of like we'll go with sports with the Cowboys.
That's dude, yes. But you know what? The Cowboys is a perfect example of what Optic is for anyone that like doesn't pay attention to one or the other. Like everyone knows Optic in esports because of like Scump, because of like Karma, because of Hex. Like these are all names that like even if you don't play COD, you know those names. Like you don't play COD, you don't even watch COD, and you know who Scump is, right?
Yes.
Okay, see, look at that's crazy because I don't watch football. Well, I watch some like college football, but I don't watch the NFL anymore. But like, I could probably name you 3 players on the Cowboys. You know what I mean?
Okay, then do it.
No, I don't. Fucking shut up. I should have said like 3 players in the NFL, but like that's who they are to me because right, that's like a really close comparison.
I think so.
Also, a lot of people hate Optic, and a lot of people hate the Cowboys.
It's like a love-hate relationship.
You know, even their fans hate the Cowboys. You should see some of them like the like Optic fans when they lose. They're like, "This team brought me nothing, and like I try to show my family this, and you disrespected me in front of my mom." I'm like, "Oh my fucking god!" Like I lose it watching Optic fans because they're so cringy. Which it's the same way with Cowboy fans, but also like this sounds counterintuitive, but I think watching sports is like mega cringe if you're involved in it. Like is it,
like diehard fans.
yeah, like if it's your personality to like sports and stuff like that, it's cringe to me because like it's a manly thing to do, right? To like sports.
I would say so.
Okay, but like your favorite fucking person in the whole world is a big sweaty muscular man, and you don't find that ironic at all. Like they're the same people that'll turn around and say some like whack shit, you know what I mean? And at the same time they're like, "Oh, but I fucking love Dak Prescott." Like like I wish he threw his football into my hands and I caught it and he kissed me or something. I'm like, "Okay, dude, like
See, he's like a celebrity almost.
exactly." So I think like
So you can relate.
yeah, being a celebrity. But like with esports it's like I feel like there's less of it because it's more like storyline based, it's more like whole team based. It's hard to like a whole football team because there's like 30 people on that team.
Yes, aren't there bench players too?
Exactly.
Yes.
With COD, there was 4 players in that fucking team. You like that team because of those 4 players or like what they represent. You know what I mean? You can't like 16 people at a time on one like football team or basketball team or however many people there is. I think that's weird. I think that's what separates it the most for me, but that was me taking a drink break because I'm talking so much. I'm not used to talking this much, but it's whatever. At first, you weren't even going to come on the podcast. Remember,
I was not.
You're like, I'll be moral support.
Yes. So I'm here.
You know, guys, give it a round of applause. You know, everyone in the comments, drop a We Heart 2000s Gamer dude.
I do have to apologize that I'm not a gamer and I'm not a dude.
Oh wait, also, you weren't born in the 2000s.
I wasn't. We're not going to expose that though.
Okay, yeah, we won't talk about how old you are. Because you wouldn't guess it, but she is my elder.
Shut
I
don't look it though.
Yeah, you kind of don't. Okay, so quickly, let's talk about Pokemon. You like Pokemon?
I don't mind it.
Do you have a favorite Pokemon?
Even
if you don't know its name, I don't really care.
Is it Yamper?
Yamper's very cute.
It is cute.
The little electric dog?
Yes, but I do love dogs, so.
That's fair. You know, Yamper evolves, and he's not as cool when he evolves.
No,
he turns into Bolt Hound, like a lightning bolt. Okay, he turns into like almost like a Shiba Inu, but more like a farm dog, like those little fast athletic ones. What do you call those?
Like Australian Shepherds.
Yeah, Australian Shepherd. Where Bolt Hound is, or I mean, Yamper is like a corgi, right?
Yes.
Okay, a little electric corgi. Yeah. But we watched the trailer for Pokemon Legends of Arceus or Arceus. If you don't know who Arceus or Arceus is, he's the god of Pokemon. He like literally created Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his his name in the Pokedex is like the one who created everything or something.
Oh.
He's Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Of Pokemon. But the whole game takes place in like the old times. We talked about it on the last podcast, like what we want and what we think about the game. After watching it, is this a game like you think you would enjoy like playing at all?
I think so. I think the graphics really like brought me.
I'm glad you said that.
Yes. Why?
Because that's what people hate about it.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
It's so pretty.
I think it was pretty too. You know what their gripe is? Is they're like, did you see those trees? Those don't look like real trees.
Oh, it's my least concern.
Because the game's about Pokemon. Oh my god, that's... We're not going to talk anymore about cringe things, but people that hate Pokemon for no reason. Also, before we go more into the game, there was this like article that came out that said in 2021 was the highest sales of Pokemon games ever. Also, the same year that people said they were going to boycott Pokemon, that these games looked terrible, that the games weren't fun, and yet they're the highest selling games ever. Someone's lying out here. Someone's not boycotting Pokemon. Someone's buying the game, and they're like, boycott Nintendo. And so they're like, I just gotta pull down. Do you think this game is cooler than like a normal Pokemon game where you go around and fight people? Like where like you go gym leader. Do you think it's cooler being like open world and stuff?
Well, with this one, what do you do? Just capture them?
Yeah, there's a little bit of battling. It's more like you saw it was like big open world stuff, you know?
Like the Pokemon Snap one?
Yeah.
Similar towards like that one?
Yeah, it's kind of like a mix between... Well, that one you just take pictures of.
Well,
But this one, like... Yeah, you just kind of like walk around and you're like experiencing Pokemon. I think that's the difference in this one. It's like Pokemon Go.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what this feels...
A lot of people enjoyed that one.
And I think that this took like the good parts of that and put it into like a game where you can also battle a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you see any of the like new forms of the Pokemon?
I don't think I got that far into the trailer.
Yeah, you saw Growlithe.
Oh yeah, he did look very different.
I know, he has like a little like hair over his eyes. It's because he's Steel type now, and he's supposed to be like, I think like a knight. Like, you know how they wear like the...
Oh, kind of like emo in a way. Oh.
Not like emo. That's gonna be a TikTok. No, like I think he's supposed to look like like a knight in shining armor. Like, you know how like they have those like little like noble the chain.
Shoot thing.
Isn't that what he's supposed to look like? Didn't he have a little point on his head too? Like it was like a little helmet?
I honestly don't remember.
Really?
Yeah.
So like next week, well, it'll come out on the 28th. So next week we'll do a game review, I think. The whole podcast will be about Pokemon. And if Soapy's not back,
I might not be here.
No, you're gonna fucking be here. If Sean is not here, you're gonna be here and we're gonna do the game review together.
Okay.
I'm holding you to that. We're gonna play, well, regardless, we're gonna play the game, or you're gonna at least like, see the game.
I'll watch you play it.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. That way you can talk about like what you like and dislike. Do you have any like well, wow, that was like a huge pause. Is there anything like that you'd like to see in a Pokemon game that makes you like make you want to play it? Like what makes you like Pokemon?
Just all the different type of like creatures they have for animals.
Okay, so it's not like the battling part.
No, I don't really know how to do that.
Do you like catching them or no?
Yeah.
Okay, I think
they make it difficult for you.
Yeah. I think you'll like this one then because it's a lot about like seeing them in their natural environment and like trying to capture them and stuff like that. But it's also like an adventure.
Yes.
I think that's cool.
Just like walking around with your pets.
See? And this is why Pokemon Snap is so fucking fun. Because you just like go around taking pictures of Pokemon, which I think... Well, did you play that game or just watch it?
I think I watched you play it. That's how it usually goes.
Yeah, well, one of us has to be good at video games, okay? Okay, next... Soapy, you're going to love this. It's your favorite game. Overrated, underrated, or properly rated. If one of these is like, no, dude, it's good right where it is, then you can just say properly rated. But you have to give a reason each time.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. First one. ESports. Overrated or underrated? Or properly rated? And I'm talking esports versus like regular sports. Like compared to regular sports, if you were to go and watch esports, is it like overrated or underrated or...
It's probably like in the middle. Well,
so like it's like properly rated or no?
It might be a little underrated.
Like more people should watch it?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people still don't really like know much about it.
It's true. It's $1 billion industry.
See?
Okay, next one. Being on a podcast, being a podcaster, you know.
Gosh.
You watch some really shitty YouTubers, and guess what, baby? You're a YouTuber now.
One episode doesn't count.
You're a content creator, because that's what we are here at the Easy Club Podcast. We're content creators. Is it overrated or underrated being a podcast? Like, would you be like, I want to do this again?
Maybe for you I will, but
You wouldn't want to do like your own podcast?
oh god, no.
You don't think you have enough to say or something, or what?
No, I barely have anything to say on here.
But you've been talking my fucking ear off all night.
It's like in between.
Do you think if it was like a topic that you liked, you would be on one?
No.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Like,
it's just not part of me.
See, I didn't think I was either, but then I have a lot to say about video games.
You do talk a lot, though.
Only to like certain people. What would be a podcast you would be on?
I probably wouldn't be on it, but like,
I don't want. No. That's not what I asked. What would be a podcast you would be on? You don't have to start it, but you're like, maybe not the like host, like the one that's talking the most, but you like will contribute some. You know what I mean? Like the last podcast I was in here before talks about sex and stuff, and then like there's a podcast that talks about sports, one that talks about aliens. Like, would yours be like?
I talk about animals.
Animals?
Mm-hmm.
Would you go on like a friends podcast?
If it's like with my best friends, maybe.
Oh no, like the TV
you mean
show?
like the TV show?
Like the TV show Friends.
Yeah. I think I know a lot about Friends.
Are you afraid that like people that are like super fans would be like you don't know, or you're not a real fan of Friends? You're not a Frenzy?
A frenzy. Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I definitely get judged still.
Yeah, I think that's the one hard part about being a content creator. Is knowing that when I like put myself out there and I'll be like, watch our newest episode, or this is what this was our podcast on like the Overwatch League season 4 week whatever. Like, part of me is like, someone's gonna watch this and be like, these dumbasses forgot about this one thing. But it's like we're focused on like so many other things that it's hard to be like, someone's gonna nitpick you.
I mean, no matter what, there's gonna be haters.
Yeah, you know what they say. If you don't have haters, you're not being you. Quote it. I'm pretty sure.
I'll tweet that tonight.
Don't do that. I'm pretty sure like Optic Hex said that. The guy that made Optic, which makes sense because he's a lot of haters. Okay, the next one. VTubers, overrated or underrated?
I think they're a little overrated. I'm sorry. I know you love them.
What about VTubers do you not like?
I just don't get it.
Okay. No. What don't you get about VTubers?
I don't know. Like, it's just, I know they're not real, but
the people doing it are real.
But you'd never like know who they are.
That's like the point.
I know, but
what if? Okay, I can't think of like a real life scenario that's similar to VTubers, but like, it's like having like a secret admirer or a pen pal or something.
Yeah, well, that's almost like a stalker or something.
That's fucking very true. But like, I'm trying to get why you or people like, what's the turn off? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's just, I guess I'd rather like see someone than like this imaginary person or what they. I mean, it's cool. Like they see themselves maybe as that person or.
So you're hating on furries then?
No comment.
Yeah, fuck furries. I'll say it for you. Do you think it's because like people like anime that they like VTubers?
Oh, maybe.
Like, do you think like, because for me, like, it's not even about the character themselves. I do like that they're their own little world. Like they're like, this is who I am, even though it's not really who they are. But like, sometimes I forget that they're not even a real person.
That's why you like them more?
Yeah, I think that's better than watching a normal streamer because I have like expectations for people, and so when a streamer does something that like I morally disagree with, then I'm like, they're a shitty person. But when it's a VTuber, like they don't talk about like current topics. They're like in there. It's like watching a show almost.
That's true. Or you don't have to worry about like a scandal that happened with them.
You like really don't.
Yes.
Like that's my point exactly. Like with normal streamers, they could like say something racist or something.
Yes.
Like a VTuber's not going to, because they're never put in a situation where they're like, I hate Jews or something. Because there's no Jews and like there's no religion in like anime except for like we pray to the sun god or something.
Mm.
Unless it's like one of those really long animes where it's like, I turned into a god and a spider and I fucked another spider.com, and like that's the whole title of it.
I guess it's because I don't watch much anime. Like I'm used to just seeing real life people.
Okay, quick. What's your favorite anime? Say it.
Was it Bloom Into You? No, Bunny Girl Senpai.
Okay, you're not gonna steal mine.
I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. So look at, so not only are you a gamer now, you're also a weeb.
I've seen like 5.
And how many do you think it takes to become an anime watcher?
More than 5.
No. I think it's like, you know how like you do like the 3 episode rule, where it's like if you don't like a show in 3 episodes, you drop it. I think if you've watched more than 3 anime, then you're like an anime watcher.
But I think if you watch like every type of anime, like I'm used to just like the romance ones.
No, because I don't. Well, I've seen every
You've
type.
seen a lot, yeah.
But that's not what defines me as an anime watcher. I think because I watch.
That's all you watch.
Hey, listen, I watched Euphoria recently. That's not anime.
Because of me.
That's true. Thoughts on Euphoria?
It's very chaotic.
Very sexy?
Very.
Do you have a favorite character?
Oh, gosh. It might have to be Fez.
Oh.
Fez
I really thought you were going to say Jules, because that's my favorite character, but Lexi and
Fez.
That's true. I don't want to spoil it if you're watching this and you're like, I'm only on episode 2. Fez dies and so does Lexi in a car crash.
Oh my gosh.
They'll never know if that's real or not also. Okay, the next thing for overrated, underrated. I put Subin Gang. I'm not really sure what my thought was when I wrote this. So like,
we know you're obsessed with Subin.
So like Subin, overrated, underrated. Now
I'm sorry, but Youngjun.
Okay.
He just has a special place in my heart.
Okay, now listen though. Wouldn't that make Subin underrated because he doesn't get enough love because everyone loves Youngjun?
I would say so, I guess.
So
is he the best? He's definitely top 2.
Listen, he's top 2, but he's not 2. So I think that makes him underrated. I think people that are overrated though. Do you have a list of overrated K-pop idols?
No, I think they're all very equal.
No. You can be a hater on this podcast. Listen, we're historically pretty toxic on this podcast. We say some like toxic takes. Give me a toxic take.
I don't have any.
Really? I think, well, we've said this before. If we're talking about BTS, I think if Jin wasn't in BTS, nothing would change.
Yeah, but he's like his own person, which makes it better for like BTS as a group because they're all like very different.
Yeah, but also like
he's Mr. Worldwide Handsome.
I think what he brings to the group though isn't the same as everyone else. He's like the visual, like I think that's what his whole point is. Like that's why he's center usually, like in like the music videos.
Yeah, but I don't think he's the visual now.
No, I don't think so either. And I don't mean like I ever think that he was like the visual, kind of like how like Yeonjun is for TXT. Like he is the visual. Him and probably Taeyeon, but I think technically. Okay, I'm not saying I agree.
So no Subin.
No, I don't think Subin's supposed to be it. But like, he's like this. He's what like all the music videos are about. You know what I mean?
Jin?
Yeah.
No.
I think so. Like when they did Life Goes On, right? That's the one that I'm thinking of where he's like the main character in it.
But they all have like different videos where one's like more involved than the others.
I swear I read something that was like most of the videos are about Jin because he wanted to be an actor.
Oh, that makes sense.
But I think if he wasn't in the group, it'd be the same, if not better. He has like one good part, and it's in What's the song?
Is it Dope?
Dope, where he just does the little like, okay, his little pog face. Like that's it. Do you have anyone else that's like? What was the question originally? Toxic take on
Yes.
K-popers? Yeah.
I don't.
Really? I think I could do without most of Blackpink also.
See,
give me
that's where
the
you're wrong.
La Lisa Lisa La. That one? No.
Yeah,
Lisa?
but like Ice Cream.
I don't care about Blackpink at all. I like Ginny and Blackpink, and that is it. What's the other girl's name? Rose or Rose?
Oh, you got me on their names. I just know Lisa.
Okay, well, I don't know the third. I don't know the fourth one. I know it's like Lisa, Ginny, Rose, and then some other bitch that is like the least popular one. And like Lisa is grown bigger than Blackpink.
Mm.
So like, and she's annoying too. She's like Nicki Minaj of K-pop.
But I think they're making her that way. I wouldn't think it's like her.
Do you think she? Do you think it was racist? Her song?
Her song?
Yeah, that she had.
I'm not gonna comment on that one.
It was racist. It was racist. She kind of like, what do you call it? She like took, what do you call it when you culture appropriation? Like she kind of took the whole like hip hop culture to like too much. It was like,
yeah, I could see that.
It was a little like, she even had like, did she have like cornrows at one point?
She did.
That's so fucked, I think. Whatever. You know who would never do that? Stacy girls. Recently, I've gotten very into Stacy. I know this has gone so far off of esports, but it's whatever. It's my podcast. I can do what I want.
But they're also a very young band, so give them a couple years.
No. Stacy cannot do anything wrong. If anyone's listening to this and you're like, what is a Stacy? It's not one.
Who?
Yeah, it's not like one person. Stacy's the name of the group. Which, by the way, can you name all 5 people in Stacy? I think it might be 6.
No.
Oh, really? I can.
I can name all of them in TXT.
We're not.
BTS.
No. I'm talking girl groups here. I know you can name all the ITZY girls.
Yes, I could.
Speaking of K-pop, we're gonna go watch Twice. Remember?
We are, if that's still a thing.
Anyways, that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else, unless there's something specific you want to talk about, gaming and esports wise, because that's all we ever talk about on this podcast. So don't you dare bring up something else.
Then that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, before we get out of here, we do have to read, our plug. And since you're the guest, you can do the honors. And there's nothing else. Soapy does it, and I'm usually not good at reading plugs. Clearly, from the beginning of this podcast.
You could get your Manscaped at manscaped.com.
PogChamp.
Use the promo code PUBSports for $24 off all-in-one package. What did you say, to shave your balls?
Shave your balls.
Yes.
I don't know what the rest of the saying is. I said some really stupid saying before the podcast started. I'm glad you brought that up for me. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anyways, you can find me at Jonah_Christ. You can find the podcast at Easy Clap Podcast on TikTok. I always go first, by the way, so don't fucking say where you're at. You looked at me like it was your turn. And I'm like, hold on, we gotta plug Easy Clap Podcast. I'll probably post some more TikToks. I've been like slacking on TikToks.
Yeah, he's not going to.
Yes, I am. Work has sucked, so it's taken it out of me. I've also need to post these on Spotify. I keep forgetting, so I'll probably do like a episode dump where I just drop like
all 6 of them.
Yeah, they need to go on there. Where can all the gamers find you? What's your OnlyFans?
You know what? We're gonna keep that private.
You're not gonna give out your Twitter?
No, I post nothing
She like retweets dogs and K-pop. It's like 2000s gamer dude 69 or something like that.
Okay.
We'll any closing notes? You're probably gonna be on next week too, so it doesn't really matter what you say.
Well, I hope Soapy Dadwater will be back. So this will be the only time you see me.
No, it won't. Okay. So usually when we say goodbye, I do a peace sign and Sean does the little finger heart.
Okay.
Do you want to do the finger heart?
I will do
the
finger
ready?
Heart.
See you later, guys.